Okay, so we will be reviewing Running Man 423. We are a little bit late, but this is the review for the episode 423. And it was basically like a race of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And
with a little bit of twist in it.
Yeah.
And the loser, because there's only one loser, one main loser, no, actually there's only one winner.
There's only one winner.
Everybody else loses.
I'm like, losing,
but
no.
The person in last place gets the harshest punishment, and so
like the punishment just gets harder and harder as they go down the ranking. Yeah. First place never gets punished. So like the first round, they immediately start with like the roulette one. So whoever gets picked first, and puts everyone in order, and they move on to the next mission. And whoever wins that mission becomes first, and they put everyone in order, and it goes complete. It goes like that until they reach the end, which is like basically all these missions they do leads up to the final mission. As you do these small missions, you collect crowns, pins, and whoever gets the most at the end, you create your own dice, which you roll twice, and the highest number wins. You add both numbers and you win. So there was like a lot of funny scenes and all these stuff.
There was that episode was one of the funniest episodes of Running Man
in a while.
In a long while.
Yeah.
I laughed so much that my head hurt. Because I laughed so much. And there was big twist at the end.
We'll spoil it because it's already Monday. We're behind pretty much. Some of you have seen it, but if you have not, please fast forward.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. In so many years, Suk-jin finally won,
in which he put majority of his points on his dice on one side. So the whole thing about the last game is they roll a giant dice that each member gets, and you could put on each side however many dots you want to represent what your score is. And so you roll that dice, and whatever number you get, that's how many points you get. So
you roll twice, so you get two numbers, and it gets add up.
And so Suk-jin put 20 on one side, and he rolled it and got 20 on his first try. And then his second try, he got 20 again, and that was it, because he had 40 points, and everybody else, the highest was Haha, who had like 17. And so, I mean, there was no chance of it didn't matter anymore after that second dice roll.
It didn't matter because, Kwon-soo rolled a 0, Somin rolled a 0,
Jae-suk
rolled a 0, Jae-suk rolled a 0, so it didn't matter.
Suk-jin won, and Kim Jong-kook was in last place.
And it's rare because we always get Kim Jong-kook at the top and Suk-jin at the bottom, and it's a huge swap.
Yeah, and the punishment was each person down the list from second place to last place would have to get water splashed on them, on their face. And each time it goes down, the next person who gets punished gets a bigger
bucket
or cup or a bowl. And Suk-jin got to throw a small little cup on Haha.
He got like a shot glass.
Yeah.
Haha got
those cup, paper cups.
And Jiu got like a ladle, a bowl ladle, and then it went bigger.
And Somin got a bowl, an actual bowl for Jae-suk.
Yeah.
And then Jae-suk got...
No, it was... Haha, Suk-jin threw the shot glass.
Yeah.
Haha got the cup. Jiu got the ladle. And then Suk got a bigger bowl. That bowl with the handle.
That's right.
And then Jae-suk got a smaller bowl, and Somin got like the huge bucket and bowl, and then Kwon-soo got the bucket.
He got the bucket. Kim Jong-kook got nothing because he's the loser.
Yeah, so he's last, so he gets water poured on him.
And so that episode was really refreshing and hilarious. I mean, for an episode that did not have name tag ripping, it is one of the best things you could possibly do, because it was a whole episode just about competition. Because really, that's what Running Man is, a an outdoors game show. That's what it really is. It's not, it's nothing else really about it. And they pretty much did that. Any of you guys who may have seen Wipeout, the TV show Wipeout, it's pretty much similar to that. What they did that day was they did a lot of outdoors games and a lot of fun little games that
has similarities.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. Kwangsu got placed first through the roulette roll, and then
then the second
game was
Haha was the absolute member. So the team had to find out who the absolute member is. So the absolute member, before like the Running Man member, they started doing this thingy where like you get interviewed on the side to like what are your thoughts on what just happened, so they each get interviewed. So during that time, Haha gets interviewed. It's not an interview, it's fake. He's given the question to all the he's given the answer to all the questions that is going to be asked, and he has to memorize it, and he has to play the members. And then once it finished, the members are going to guess who is the absolute member. And then if they find out that it's Haha, he gets placed last, and he gets the punishment. But if they don't find out it's him, he gets to go first, and he gets to put everyone in the order he wants.
Right, and if he wins, he gets extra points. And if they catch the absolute member, they get the points.
Yeah.
So in that first round, Haha won. Haha won, and he got the extra points. He got to be in first place, and he got to rank the members however he wanted to rank them. Now, we can dive into all the hilarious stuff, but I feel like there's just so much stuff that was funny.
Yeah.
That I think, for anybody who hasn't seen it, go watch it. You'll have a good, fun laugh about just everything that happened. They had a lot of silly moments, a lot of crazy moments.
Even when it was like lunchtime.
Yeah, there was a game too.
The food all the foods were in portions of 8 only.
Yeah.
And then the members they're in ranking, so you get to go first and you get to pick. And like when it was Soman, she loved like the beans and soy sauce or whatever like that, and everybody was just like taking a scoop. Soman was just like the whole thing.
Yeah, considering how I took like half of everything right from the start, then Soman took. And it's like I was telling you, like there's not going to be anything left after Jae-suk.
Yeah, and
there really wasn't.
And like stupid Kwangsu was like taking all the soup. He poured it onto his boat and he left without his soup. And Jiu came and she go, "It's mine now." You left.
She took it. The Sukja was left with nothing but rice and the sauce of the stuff.
So sad.
But that part was hilarious. It was almost really nostalgic because a lot of the things they did is kind of like a rehash and a little tidbit update version of some of the stuff that they've done in the past. So any of you guys who have watched Running Man, from start to now, you guys will kind of get what we're saying here, because a lot of it was like, oh yeah, they've done that before, and they kind of updated a bit, and so it was funny. The third game was the door crashing one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was hilarious.
It was just mud makes you last place. Water makes you 7th place. But like the rest are mattress, and you keep going and going and going. And Jae-suk was the absolute member for this. Yeah. And
he was the absolute member, and they caught him. They figured it out. They caught him. And
it was hilarious because it started off being Sukjin. Yeah. They put the blame on Sukjin just because he was slow. He was in flip flops.
Yeah.
And then he was just slow, and he couldn't just get to the door. But he still made it, and they put the blame on him, and they swapped over to Kwangsu, and then it swapped over to Jae-suk.
Yeah, it kind of like stayed on Kwangsu until the very end, until when Jae-suk kept talking a lot, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you're suspicious too." And the fact that he won, they were like, "Oh, Jae-suk's not good at betting."
Yeah,
he won the betting, and so that allowed them to pick him.
Honestly, I think for that part, Jae-suk's mission was he has to make it to the final, but I think he was hoping that Kwangsu would end up with him, because therefore it'll get the members to be like they're both unlucky. So it's kind of like it would put Jae-suk out of the spotlight, but it ended up being Sep versus Jae-suk. So
I think he was supposed to lose in that final one. I think he was supposed to come in second place, because remember, along with being the absolute member, you have like a special mission you're supposed to complete.
Yeah, but
like Ha needed to be third place.
Yeah, but Jae-suk made it all the way to the end with Sep.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Sep jumped in water.
I think Jae-suk was supposed to come in second, and remember Jae-suk lost at the rock paper scissors, and so Sep chose door 1, and because he chose door 1, then Jae-suk had no choice. I mean, he couldn't say, "Are you sure?" I mean, if he said that, I mean, you guys can imagine. If he gonna said, "Are you sure about that?" Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, it's definitely you." So at that point, he was like, "I'm just gonna roll with it and hope for the best." What's amazing is how Seb won first place in the first one and got buzzed. Everyone said he was the absolute member. And the second one, he makes it to second place, and no one bats an eye because they felt so bad for accusing him. And he raged.
Blame on him.
He exploded. He got so mad. He exploded at everyone and yelled at everyone for voting him on the first one. But it was hilarious. That episode was just so fun. I felt like it was longer than usual.
I think it's just we were laughing.
Yeah, but I think it was just because we were enjoying it so much.
Time just fly by.
That it was like, I felt like, man, like there's a lot of funny stuff in here. So, this episode was great. I mean, I haven't laughed that much in just a whole stretch period of time in a long time of watching, variety shows, and this one definitely did it for me. It was a 5-star episode.
We really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was the preview.
Now for the preview, it's the Halloween one. So Running Man is doing a Halloween one. Oh, Haha is it.
Yeah.
So I saw their picture. Haha is it. Someone is Chucky. Sepset is a mummy.
Right.
Consus Frankenstein. Jihu is Quartz Bride.
Yeah.
Kim Jong-un is like a dog.
He's a werewolf then.
Yeah, like he has a dog, but
his
shirt's all his shirt.
He's a werewolf. He's just gonna try to be cute. That's all.
And then Jae-suk and Suk-jin are like the Korean ghost people.
So stupid. Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, because Suk-jin's old.
And then, okay, I don't know the guest's name, but I'll put it down here. But we know for sure Nan is coming. And if you guys watch 30 but still 17, the guy who plays Mr. Gong's nephew in there, Chan, he's coming. He's also in there. And then the other lady, we have no idea who she is. Sorry. But we'll put her name here too for the guest that's coming. And so it's kind of like one of those game again where there's a ghost among them.
Yeah, so
it's a setup for Halloween.
Yeah, so it's another one of their horror specials. They have name tag ripping. So you fans who are fans of name tag ripping, prepare yourself because you guys are gonna get to see the name tag ripping.
Yeah, and then it's not just usual name tag ripping.
Yeah, because there seems to be some kind of
there's like a twist in it. Like,
yeah, it seems to be some kind of twist.
I don't know if you know about this, but they have this belief of like if you have like garlic, it gets rid of ghosts.
Right.
That's why like one of them like opens a box and has like garlic in there. So
okay,
yeah. So you have to be like very. It's like there's a ghost within them, or there's ghosts within them, and they have to be very careful. So it's just not ripping whatever name tag you want.
Yeah.
It's collecting stuff and trying to get rid of the ghost.
Well, I think it's gonna have something to do with what they came dressed up as. I think that's always gonna have something to do with that, because the fact that typically with Running Man, you guys watch enough Running Man, you know that there's always kind of like a process and clues that they set forth, and with all the members dressed up in a certain way, there's got to be some kind of clue in it.
Yeah, it's like how that one episode where there was a 3 triplet sister, and they had the necklace, and like Sejong, hers was the necklace, so she had like the her bandana on here, and then she had on her arm or wrist, and then the other girl had on her ankle.
Right.
She had, so it meant those were like the hints there, and so like it was, you gotta like pay attention. It's like all the members are gonna have it, but there's gonna be like a couple who has to wear it a different way, or who has to put it in a different position. Yeah.
I almost think that the two that they're that the secret mission is gonna be with Jae-suk, Seokjin, and was it Nan?
Mm-hmm.
What? Because she came as a ghost also.
Yeah, like I was thinking the same thing
she
too.
She came as a ghost. Jae-suk and Seokjin are also ghosts, and so the whole idea is that everybody else
is different. Cause
is an actual character.
Because that lady, she's like a witch, and then the guy who was playing Mr. Gong's nephew, sorry, we don't know their name.
Yeah.
He was like a vampire.
Yeah.
So they're all in different character, but Seokjin, Jae-soo, and Nang, they're all in the white gown.
Yeah, they're all just ghosts. And so, I mean, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, well, why have three of the same ghost characters? I mean, they could have made Seokjin be a mad scientist, or
it could be swap where the three of them are human and the rest are ghosts.
Right. You know, so that's what I thought immediately from seeing that preview. But I'm looking forward to it. I know you're looking forward to it. It's gonna be a funny episode. They're probably gonna pull some
scare things off.
Mean things for Seokjin, saying, you know, something about him. Don't go yet.
No, I'll do it.
So I look forward to that. And is there anything else you?
No, that's it.
Yeah, it was a great episode. So I recommend anybody to watch it. It was a funny episode. But
we'll see you guys.
That's all it is.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week for the Halloween episode.
All right. Peace out, guys.